What did you say we watching? Watching what? It's like launch a nuclear missile, man. That's what we're watching right now, man. Can't even hear it, bro. I don't know why this shit keeps glitching, bro. This shit pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie.
Today, I'm taking you along for an inside look at America's nuclear mission. We'll be headed inside a nuclear missile silo, stepping into an active launch control center, and to cap it all off, I'll be joining a crew of missileers to take part in a nuclear launch scenario.
This isn't Hollywood, this isn't a movie set, it's real. Today, I'm taking you inside.
3, 2, 1, deter.
The mission of the 91st Missile Wing at our core is to provide that combat capability through our nuclear asset, which is the Minuteman III. The Minuteman III is a 3-stage solid propellant missile. It's about 60 feet tall from nose tip to the first stage nozzle cones. And so in short, it's big, it's fast, and it lays down a can of whoop ass the world has never seen.
A team of Air Force Global Strike Command airmen launched an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic. F.E. Warren Air Force Base, Wyoming, used these test launches to verify the accuracy and reliability of the ICBM.
So across the entire ICBM fleet, we have 450 launch facilities and 45 missile alert facilities. Here at the 91st, we have 15 missile alert facilities and 150 of those launch facilities total.
This is the mission that never sleeps, and one that most people will never see. Well, that changes right now.
That is start on cable. Here's the number 2 stat.
Select launch. Launch select.
Bro, it's crazy because you can go years without never worry about nothing, and then it's gonna be that one day. And that one day, you're gonna have to press that button, bro. And it's over, bro. That's crazy.
As missileers, we are trained to employ the most powerful weapon on the face of the earth.
Of the 3 legs of the nuclear triad, the ICBM leg is the only one that has its full fleet on alert 365, 24/7, every second of every minute of every hour of every day. When we do a nuclear weapon movement, it is one of the most critical functions that we do because of the potential vulnerability of that weapon at that time. But we also want to make sure that we safeguard that to our best capability possible.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Captain Jenkins. I am Razor 47. I'll be your flight lead today. It's going to be a one-way OBM.
The purpose for us is we're in charge of security of the resource itself as it moves from base out to the sites. We have a large arsenal at our disposal. We also have joint light tactical vehicles that we use, and we have highly trained defenders, and all that combined allows us to secure the resource to our best potential.
A nuclear convoy is one of the most secure military movements in the world, all centered around this, a specialized semi-truck that carries the nuclear warhead. Inside the trailer, the warhead is locked into a secure transport cradle. Now, the real protection, that comes from everything around it. Directly in front and directly behind are the Bearcats and JLTVs, heavily armored vehicles carrying both security forces and firepower to eliminate threats before they get close. Encircling overhead at all times are UH-1 Huey helicopters armed with M240 machine guns that keep a constant eye on the route below.
It takes a team to get this mission accomplished. We're looking at security forces personnel on the ground as well as security forces personnel in the air to make sure that not only we are safe, but the public is safe as we're transporting the resource.
That is start on cable. Second to go switch. Here's the number 2 stat. Number 2 go switch. Number 2 go switch. Good cross auto.
Would it make sense to like transport a nuclear warhead through like the sky? Because if you do it on by like car, it's slower and like it can. I don't know. Maybe I'm tweeting.
Now, as you can imagine, this isn't just a simple drive through the countryside. Every stop, every turn, every movement has to be precisely coordinated. Now, you'd be crazy to try anything in this situation, but for the team of airmen tasked with securing such a high-level movement, they're trained to handle anything, and they aren't taking any chances.
The United States has been moving nuclear weapons by ground for decades, and despite the complexity and risk, not a single warhead has been lost during one of these movements. When you see the coordination in action, the personnel, the vehicles, the overwatch, you quickly understand why.
Nigga, realistically, bro, there should be like 300 trucks fucking protecting this warhead, bro. Like, what?
It's easy to think of nuclear weapons as something stored away in a bunker, frozen in time. But they don't just sit idle. They're moved, they're maintained, and every time they do hit the road, this convoy moves with them. Eyes open, weapons ready, prepared for anything.
Scattered across the remote North Dakota wilderness are the locations of dozens of hidden launch facilities, each one housing an intercontinental ballistic missile, the Minuteman III. These facilities were built back in the 1960s in an effort to create what's known as a nuclear sponge, a Cold War era concept.
Like, what's the point of just driving it? Like, I don't know.
Where ICBM silos were placed in sparsely populated areas of the United States, essentially acting as a target to absorb an initial nuclear attack, drawing fire away from more densely populated areas and vital infrastructure. That's why today, all 450 launch facilities are spread out across 5 states: Wyoming, Montana, Nebraska, Colorado, and right here in North Dakota. All right, so we are here in a location I'm not allowed to disclose, but what I will say is that it is in the middle of nowhere. Now, this is a nuclear missile launch facility, one of the most secure and isolated military sites in the world. There are security cameras positioned everywhere to detect even the slightest movements of an intruder, including a Doppler radar that if so much as a squirrel runs through here, security forces will be alerted. Now, behind that trailer, hidden underneath a concrete lid, is a steel-plated, reinforced capsule that extends roughly 80 feet underground. That's where the intercontinental ballistic missile, the Minuteman III, sits at the ready, and where you and I are about to have the opportunity to go check out in person.
About to get stoned, shit. Still another birthday, not facts, bro. Bro, what if like kids come out here and they just win in this bitch, and then out of nowhere, fucking a million fucking army trucks just pull up, just surrounded with guns, bro. That shit was insane, bro.
In minutes, when the president says he needs us to exercise our combat capability, we can do that. Essentially, we can reach every target across the globe that we need to. It travels really fast, a speed about 15,000 miles an hour, which is about 20 times the speed of sound, to deliver that payload.
Now I'm talking about like kids in North Dakota just come out here just traveling, and they randomly find this spot. And they hop the fence or get in the fence somehow, and then boom, it's fucking 500,000 this army niggas just with guns pointing at them, bro. Like, shit can happen, bro. It's interesting finding shit out.
So the Minuteman III missile sits on a suspension ring inside the launch tube, but it is also held in place with a suspension system to house it vertically. That suspension system is designed to absorb some shock so that if there is a detonation nearby, it can withstand a certain level of shock and absorption. The concept of that was designed in the 60s, and the vast majority of that design concept and that engineering still holds true today.
Ready? Going down. Wow, it's deep. Oh yeah.
I am 60 feet underground right now, looking up at the massive Minuteman III nuclear missile. And I'll be honest, it's a little bit of a heavy feeling just being this close to something so powerful it can take out entire cities. Now what's crazy is that this missile first went into service back in 1970. So how is it that they're able to keep a Cold War era weapon over 50 years old still reliable? Well, it lies with these men and women right here, the missile maintainers, who do constant testing and replacing of parts to make sure if the worst were to happen, it still functions as intended.
Like, I would be scared, bro.
Our job is to be.
I'd be scared of radiation more than like the missile blowing up, you know?
Ready for the worst day. And so we train, we prepare, we drill, we exercise ad nauseum over and over and over until we can do it in our sleep. Now we do that so that the worst day never comes. And we've been able to provide that deterrence because we are so mission ready and because our airmen are so dedicated.
How many people does it actually take to maintain a missile in a site like this?
Oh, it depends on the day-to-day maintenance, but usually from a 5-man team to like 10 people. Think of us less so much as a troubleshooting shop, but more of a repair and replace, because it has to be on alert 24/7.
Now I know we're underground, but up top, sometimes here in North Dakota, it can get cold. There's snow, there's ice, freezing temperatures. What changes when you are operating in those extreme environments?
It does freeze, so there are like new gen heaters that we have to blast in order to unscrew bolts. And then what a lot of people don't realize, the extreme happens in the summer as well. So you'll go, your winter being like -40 ambient plus the -60 wind chill till like over triple digits in the summer. Where you're standing is actually temperature controlled because there is a tolerance for the missile to be good. And so it's about room temperature.
And how does it feel for you being so close and so hands-on to something that is so powerful, right? Something we hope to never use, but what does that feel like to you?
Like in this job, there's no, why are we doing this? You know why, you know the impact of like what it does and like what it's for. The mission doesn't stop. It takes several teams across several career fields to keep the weapon system on alert, like 24/7, 365.
Once a missile is installed and deemed operational, you might assume that it's controlled from right here at the launch facility. But that's not the case. All 450 launch sites are actually controlled from a remote location deep underground in a hardened capsule known as a launch control center. This is where a crew of missileers are on alert 24/7 in the event of a nuclear strike authorization. But the entrance to a launch control center isn't easy to get to. It's hidden inside another building, known as a missile alert facility, minimally designed to avoid drawing any unwanted attention. This is where the crew spends their time when they're off duty, and it's exactly where we're headed next.
Bro, what if you accidentally just press the button?
So we are now here at the Oscar I Missile Alert Facility, roughly 25 miles from the launch facility that we just toured. Now, a crazy stat I just heard. This facility first opened in 1963, and since then, it's been operational 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Not a single hour left unattended in the last 62 years. Now from the outside, it might not look like much, just a couple of buildings surrounded by open fields. But directly underneath where I'm standing, 60 feet underground, is a nuclear bunker, where 2 missileers are sitting alert, ready to launch a nuclear strike at a moment's notice. Up top, however, is a much different environment, designed to feel like a home away from home for the crew stationed here for weeks at a time. And once we head inside, I think you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
So the goal here is to make everything up here feel like a home away from home, because we do spend quite a bit of time out here. Too blessed to be too stressed. Like you have at home, we actually have living room, we have, through here we actually have a gym, Like I said, everything that we have here is to perfectly sustain us and make this another home away from home. We got movies, we got Netflix, we got Wi-Fi, we got people bring out gaming systems, all that good stuff.
And people actually want to leave here at the end of their shift? They don't want to stay?
I like staying here. So we have at least 12 people here at all times, and that includes myself as a Missile Alert Facility Manager, our chef, the security forces, and as well as our crews. All right, So this is one of our Missile rooms. I mean, it has anything and everything that you could possibly think that we would need. So it's got a TV, it's got a recliner for lounging, you know, you got the bed. If anybody brings their own food out, we even have mini fridges for them to store food in. So as you can see right now, the weather is really nice, but being in North Dakota, as you can imagine, it gets really cold up here. The coldest I've seen it since I've been here is -55.
-55.
-55.
And the mission goes on.
Yep. All right, so we actually also have security forces here, and their main job is to provide security for anything trying to get in or out of here, as well as the 10 launch facilities assigned here.
All right, so behind this gate is the entrance to probably the most secure area I've ever been allowed to film in. We're about to head 60 feet underground into a launch control center, a fortified nuclear bunker where 2 missileers stand on alert 24/7, ready to execute a nuclear strike if the call ever comes. So yeah, this is pretty crazy, and wish me luck.
Like, to have a TV and Netflix and shit, like, how much free time do you have on your hands? And like,
We're about to head down.
I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Key turn. The first thing you notice when you walk into a launch control center is it looks like it's something straight out of the Cold War. That's because it is. What has made our weapon system so bulletproof over time is the fact that it has stood the test of time.
It's hard to describe the feeling of climbing 60 feet underground into one of the most secure and isolated areas in the world. The deeper you go, the quieter it gets. The concrete walls thicken, and you realize that this area was built to withstand everything, from a direct attack to a nuclear fallout. Once I reached the bottom, I made my way down a small, narrow hallway, where an 8-ton blast door served as the final barrier before officially entering the Launch Control Center.
1970 was the year most active duty airmen serving today weren't even around for. But those with the former 741st Strategic Missile Squadron at Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, could tell you it was when they originally brought the first Minuteman III missiles on alert.
Gravity really hits you the first time you go down there, because that's when all the training, all the prep, everything that has built up to that really hits home.
Launch Control Center is where a 2-person team sits and is able to monitor the command and control for intercontinental ballistic missiles. So that means monitoring day-to-day status, but as well as, if we do have to execute from the president's direction, an ICBM.
From what I've heard, a lot of this design is still relatively the same from way back then. Is that true?
Oh yeah, it's true. You can tell by it too. It's 1960s look, however, it's always modernizing. So our systems are integrating with new softwares, and it's always staying ahead.
We're able to react to the world around us, right? So as geopolitics change, and we've certainly seen that over the past 50 years, we've been able to adapt to the needs of essentially what the United States has brought to the table.
This is how we control our weapon system. And you can see all 10 of your missiles that are here in your flight area, but also all 50 that are within the squadron as a whole. And that's what we do day to day. We control, execute, and maintain our missiles.
Now, I think a lot of people would be surprised to learn that it's not a big red button you hit to launch a nuclear missile. It's actually a key turn, right? Can you explain that?
Yes, so no big red button, just a message from the President of the United States that allows us and delegates us to execute.
So for most people who will never know, what is it like to sleep 60 feet underground in a nuclear missile bunker?
Right. Oddly homey, honestly. Like, my brothers and sisters probably don't share that same sentiment sometimes, but I definitely do. Once I get down here, I'm ready to go to sleep when it's my time, but I'm also ready to hit the mission when I need to as well.
WPR.
The gravity of our job, right? It's not something we ever take lightly, and it's definitely something that we've all had to come to terms with at some point.
Terminator on your side.
If we were to have to turn that key and an ICBM goes wherever it goes, that is a bad day for everybody, and we understand that. But it's something we are ready to do at any given point.
Working to make the price of war too high for an enemy to rescue.
Upon receiving that emergency action message, what we'll do as the combat crew is we'll pop our locks, put that launch key in, and then prepare the missile for launch.
Verify positive launch locations.
Your crew partner and yourself will independently type in characters, and at that point, if they are a match and you're good to go, the missile will be prepared for launch.
Okay, hands on keys and switches.
It is not just a key turn, it's actually 4 simultaneous key turns. So commander on the left, deputy on the right, and we're gonna be simultaneous. And we're gonna be looking at a time of day clock that tells us exactly what time that we need to go up to.
3, 2, 1. A key part to what we do is we have to be precise in our execution, and we're going to key turn at the appropriate time. To ensure that, we're going to echo and reply, ensure the commander and the deputy are on the same exact page through every stage through that missile launch.
So the wait is immense, and it's a day that we hope never comes, but it's a day that we're ready for if it does.
Well, make sure to stick around for the end of this video because I'm gonna have the opportunity to participate in an actual nuclear launch scenario, sitting right here at this seat and getting to turn the key. But before we do that, there's one more team I want to introduce you to, and they're responsible for defending the unthinkable. If an enemy actually overruns a missile or launch facility, they're the ones trained and ready to respond in a moment's notice.
Our mission here at TRF is we are the recapture and recovery experts of nuclear weapons.
Now, also with the convoy, we have built in a lot of security just within the vehicle itself, within the warhead itself, but we also want to make sure that we safeguard that to our best capability possible.
Our job is to be ready to deploy at the squad leader's discretion in case an incident happens on the convoy. TRF is 24 hours alert. Our team right now is on alert, and if anything happens...
Bro, yeah, nobody's rating that, but like I said, bro, you could go 100 years. Your whole job is based on that one day. So you can go 100 years, that day never comes. But when that one day comes, bro, it's the most important day of your life. It is like, bro, that pressure, it's crazy, bro. You could wake up and be like, it's today. Or you could wake up and it could be a good day, and then it could turn out to be the worst day in history. It really is that one day, bro.
And including right now, we might actually have to get up and leave. Swim through it, so put your left arm, yep, there you go. And then just reach, oh, that looks like it fits perfect. And then if you reach in the back and actually press that button, you'll find it.
Maybe a little looser.
All right, cool. So what we're about to run you through is a recapture scenario. So someone took something from us that was a valuable resource, and we're the recovery experts. So they asked us to come help them secure it. So in this scenario, they ended up in a building with it, and we're gonna clear the building out. We're gonna go find what they took from us.
Well, I'll do my best not to slow you down, but excited to be here. Let's go.
Open, open, open. Most important thing is you're part of a team. Don't think you have to do everything by yourself.
Door.
You always have that team behind you. If you lack something or miss something, that teammate behind you is going to pick that up, and they're going to help you through that scenario.
Move it.
We just got a new shoe house, and this is very modular, so we can recreate different scenarios. We can take the walls down and make new rooms.
Clear.
Roll with me.
Yeah.
Left man. Blackjack! There's definitely a lot going on. I hope you guys never have to use your training in real life. But if you have to, pretty confident you'll get the job done. Thanks for letting me hang out with you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Bro, like if I ever join the army, bro, I wouldn't want to just be out of base 24/7. Like I would want to like actually go on missions, like, or like I would want to be part of like the CIA or some shit, and like be overseas and be like a spy or some shit like. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do the dark shit that the United States do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I would want to do. GG got able to add GG. Sub up.
Now, throughout this video, you've seen the incredible complexity of the nuclear mission. Missileers, defenders, maintainers, and elite response teams, each playing a role in one of the most important responsibilities the United States Air Force has. What you might not know is that many of these careers exist in the Air Force Reserve as well.
10 years of active duty service. The Air Force Reserves would allow me to keep serving and utilize my skills and other opportunities outside of the Air Force.
In fact, there are over 200 part-time and full-time career options within the reserve that allows you to serve and grow in your
Pretty sure going on your phone is $60 or something, but you don't gotta sub up, man. You know what I'm saying? Them ads come every 30 minutes or something. I don't know, man.
military career while still pursuing your goals outside the uniform as well. If you're currently serving on active duty, there are programs designed to help you transition directly into the reserve and keep doing the job you're trained to do. And if you're a civilian interested in how you can serve while staying close to home, continuing your education, or even serving part-time, the Air Force Reserve gives you those options. You can even hold a civilian job or go to college while serving part-time. And for many, that flexibility is what makes continued service so worth it.
Flexibility was the biggest advantage for me to join the reserves because you're able to scale your schedule to 30 days a year, or you can do 180 days a year, but you're able to still kind of balance your life, your personal, other professional goals while still progressing in the Air Force.
Serving your country doesn't have to stop when your active duty contract ends. Sometimes it's just the beginning. To learn more about the careers you've seen today, or to find out if the reserve is the next step for you, make sure to check out the link in the description below, or head to Air.
That's racist. I'm not gonna lie. Just because she's Asian doesn't mean she's not American, man. That's kind of fucked up, man.
Airforce.com/reserve. All right, so everything we've seen so far in this video, from the convoy to the launch fields to the alert facilities, the missileers, the defenders, it all leads to this. Because right now, I'm back here in the Launch Control Center, where I'm about to strap into that seat right there and experience what it feels like to turn the key in a nuclear launch scenario. Now, of course, this is just a scenario. We're not launching any live nukes, but the gravity of what it represents, now that is very real.
Sam, what you're about to experience is as close to real as it gets.
I feel like the Army isn't talked about enough for how important it is. Like, you really don't, you hear about the Army growing up, right? But they don't start to recruit you until like your senior, so like maybe they start sophomore, you see them like once or twice, right? Then junior, the same thing. Then senior, they really start to like hit you, right? And then like, that's it. So like, I feel like, and most people some people join off of just straight out of like high school like that because they see it in the Army people coming in class. But most people have people in their family that serves, and it's like a generational thing. So like that's why most people probably go to the military. But I feel like it should be like a common thing to like, the military is the most important part of, you know, the United States. So it's like, I feel like it should be more talked about early on in life. Like, even though you kids, I don't know. Maybe I'm yapping.
Minuteman III ICBM launching this missile. Okay, the way it's going to start is you're going to receive that emergency action message. We will verify it is from who it's supposed to be from. Everything with it is correct and accurate. At that point, we're going to go pop our locks, take that launch key, and insert that. Before key turning, what we'll do is prepare the missile for launch. Verify everything is good to go with that. Then at that point, we'll key turn. At the moment.
Oh, fuck. My bad. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
At the moment of key turn, that 110-ton blast door is going to eject. And from there, that Minuteman III ICBM is going to shoot out of that launch facility, go downrange to its target.
It's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. I think you can do it. Ready?
I'm gonna follow your lead.
Follow my lead.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Inbound emergency action message. Verifying message. Verified. Go to locks. Launch key. Launch key. Okay, door shut. Inserting launch key. Strap it and lock.
Hey, strapped and locked. Prepare missile for launch. Select launch.
Launch selected.
Enable.
Enabled.
All call enabled.
All call enabled.
Enter the unlock. Down and lock.
Busting, that's crazy.
Okay, stand by for co-op.
Standing by.
Co-op successful.
Co-op successful.
Standing by to paint red.
Standing by.
Okay, I see red starting to populate.
Copy.
Missile prepared for launch. Hands on keys and switches.
Hands on keys and switches.
On my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Key turn.
Like honestly, the weight of it hits you when you're turning that key. I mean, I can't imagine doing that real world, and what a job you guys have.
What honestly struck me the most is just how real this mission is. It isn't a video game, it isn't a movie, it's real airmen doing a job that began over 60 years ago, and a job that matters today more than ever before. You see, with this mission, there's no room for error, and for the airmen standing alert, buried beneath the surface of the Earth, 60 feet underground, it's a responsibility they carry with quiet precision. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
So if there's one thing I learned, it's that what happens here in the remote regions of North Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming echoes around the world. This is the heart of nuclear deterrence, and it wouldn't be possible without the team of airmen working 24/7, 365 days a year to support this mission. Now, if you've been watching and wondering where you might fit into a mission like this, make sure to head to airforce.com/reserve to learn about the over 200 different career fields that are available. Whether you want to serve part-time, stay close to home, or continue serving after you leave active duty, there's a place for you. That's it from here at Minot Air Force Base. I'll catch you next time.
I love this fucking guy, man. His videos is so fire. Oh wait. I fuck with the Air Force. But I don't know. I want to like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want to see dad, but like if I'm going to the army, bro, I want to at least, you know what I'm saying, smack a couple niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time, man. It's time for it. I've been watching his videos OD, dog. I'm not getting wrong.